Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Today's probably going to be one of the quickest ones. I only took 2 trades in the large caps and I ended up shorting a couple of stocks that one of them I got a decent win on it, and then the other one I ended up stopping out for a loss, and that one was after the stream. So for everybody that is new to my recaps, I try to do these every single day. If you guys get any information, if you guys learn something about this recaps, all I ask is for you guys to hit the thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, leave some comments down below. I stream live every single day, every single morning, right here on YouTube, 15 minutes before market opens, completely free. All you gotta do is click that notification bell, and you guys get notified when I go live. Update for everybody that is new, just for the end of the year, I will not be streaming next week, and the week after that I am taking some time off, vacation, personal time, and then I'll be back for New Year's. So no trading for me, probably no recaps for the next 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be the last day, but other than that, I'll be back New Year's completely free. You guys can learn and watch me trade live. Today, a nice little bit of a winner, so $400 on the day on my Thinkorswim account, which is my long account, or at least long short account on the big stocks, penny stocks. On a nice little bit of a win, 400 today, 400 yesterday, 500 the day before, so decently. I think Monday was also green. Monday was $100 green, so nice little green streak here. Today's pretty simple. I'm going to go over these trades. So Tesla gapped down and had a gap fill to the top side, so I initially off the gates I thought maybe shorts could get squeezed out a little bit. Tesla could come back up and reclaim some of these levels, and so you can see my entries here. I'm gonna go ahead and close them out so you guys, so I can explain the trades without getting distracted. Popped up pretty nice, started pulling on back. I had this level marked here, 155. Also called it out in pre-market before market opened. I said if I start holding this 155 level on Tesla, I'm actually going to be going long on Tesla here for the first 5-10 minutes of the market open. So I went long on this one. I think I added once or twice on this stock. I added 100, then I added 100 shares or something like that, and then ended up spiking up on me. And on this red candle right here, I was up $300 on that trade, and then I saw a big rejection, big red orders hit the tape, and I got scared. I thought this thing was just gonna go ahead and move on down. Sorry, I got my little pet here. I thought this thing was just gonna reject and be a fake out, and so I ended up closing fully out of that trade. I think I walked away with like 16, 40, less than $50 for sure of profit on this first trade when I was up $300, and so I was like, that can't be happening. And then it pulled back down. It hit a little bit lower lows. It kind of broke that triple bottom there, but still 155 held. So the second 155 held again, I ended up punching the buy button again. The thing that sucks is I was in with 300 shares on my initial attempt, so I was up $300, and then on the second attempt I only ended up taking 200 shares, but I ended up getting a very nice fill. So that line right there is 155.31. I ended up getting 155.35, so literally by 4 pennies I nailed almost the bottom of that candle. And for Tesla, that's a lot. You know, if you're within 4 pennies of nailing a bottom of a candle, I did something right. So I nailed that trade there, jumped in 200 shares, and then started unloading on the way up. I was fully out on this candle here, so I missed this next leg up, almost bought here a little bit. And then I had kind of this resistance here kind of going up, and then I knew 160 was kind of strong off of yesterday, so I thought maybe switch short here, but I ended up not pulling the trigger. You know, I got up $400 right away, so I decided to be careful with it. So just play this leg here, got out of it with $405 profit, and then I didn't touch Tesla again. Pretty range trap today. Probably not going to do anything. It's had almost three big sell-off days for Tesla, so maybe it tries to find a low and tries to bounce back a little bit, but Elon is selling his shares, so that's why this thing was dumping. Other than that, the other stock that I traded was Amazon. Amazon, I was pretty bearish off pre-market, so on stream again I said this stock tried pushing up twice, couldn't go anymore, had 2 red candles. I think this thing is going to continue going down a little bit, and so I was pretty bearish on this stock coming into the day. I missed my top entries. I didn't really get a nice push. I was hoping this thing actually opened green and then I could short into that green pop and then go red on the day, but I didn't get it. Instantly went red. I decided not to attack it anytime here, so on those pullbacks I thought we could still go a little bit more green on this name, but ended up pushing down, and I ended up chasing this stock somewhere around here, I believe. So I ended up going short trying to get that low day fade, trying to get that low of 88.71, and I knew if 88.71, I had a target of 87.80s down here, about $1 off, that I thought that Amazon could just free fall. And so let me go ahead and show my trades here. Oh, oh, that's where I almost took the trade. I almost took a trade there. I took it here. So I almost took the trade there for low day. I ended up not taking that trade. Went against me. Pulled back down. I ended up taking that trade there now. That's why I always show my numbers so you guys actually see where I'm buying. I really did hesitate this trade, and I know exactly that spot because I drew this kind of line, and I knew if it popped down, any kind of pop up, I would short it and see if I get the low of day, but I ended up not clicking the trigger on that one. Anyway, so I shorted here, kind of chased a little bit. I was really looking for this thing to take out low of day and fail. Ended up double bottoming at the bottom. I barely got any profit. Pretty break-even trade. You can see I ended up stopping out with half of my shares down here. So $21 profit here ended up going against me. So at least I'm glad I took out. But this right here is the move that I was kind of looking for. As soon as that 88.71 level hit, broke right here, this thing, it just could not catch a bounce all the way down to 87.87. So pretty good dollar range there. I was just a little bit early, and then by the time I saw it, there was no clean entry here, no retest. I saw this and I was like, just give me a push up and I'll take that short again. No retest, ended up failing without me, didn't take it. That's okay, you know, I missed on some profit there, but that's always going to happen. And then that's pretty much it on the long side. You guys see, here's my trade review. Those are the only two tickers I traded: Amazon and Tesla. $400, $21 equals to $430 profit. Now on my shorting account, I ended up taking two shorts: ICVX, which was a crazy runner, and I'm actually kind of upset I didn't reshort this one. So let me go ahead and clear all this. I should have reshorted it up here, or even on this spike, or on this spike, now that I think about it. But I ended up walking away. I had to go pick up my dogs from the grooming place. Anyways, I ended up shorting this one, and this thing had put in a big move. I couldn't catch it long, no clean entries, right? Maybe down here or here would have been nice, but these flags right here are kind of pretty fast, you know. Coming out of a halt, this thing could hold down. It was risky, so I ended up taking one short on this one up here. Quick stop over highs, so I instantly got stopped out on that one. I'm playing this one a little bit more aggressively, so I ended up taking a decent sized loss on this one. But then when this thing halted, resumed lower, tried pushing up, I ended up clicking short again. Same size twice right here, so I ended up shorting on that red candle down. And I got a pretty good nice move right away down, so I ended up covering some shares. And on this trade, whoa, this thing also snaps to places. And then on this one, I ended up leaving a good chunk of my shares because I wanted to write this one down, see if I could get a good fade. But I did end up covering some. So let me see. Let me pull this chart up so I could show you. IVCX. ICVX. ICVX. So I can show you guys the chart as well. So I ended up shorting that first attempt right there. You guys can see it. I mentioned it. I got quick stopped out. I stopped out real quick, so I took that short there, stopped out right there, hit it twice on the way down. Looks like I covered right away here at the bottom of that candle, covered somewhere down here, covered at this very low bottom there, covered down here at this bottom towards VWAP, and then I had my stop in this scenario. I had my stop right above 1350 for a while, so I had it right here. 1350, and then when I saw this not cracking view up and then came right back down and started soaking in here, it was making higher lows, I ended up moving my stop right a bit to like 1330s or something. I knew at this one I knew I was just gonna get stopped out, so I ended up getting stopped out for the remaining of my shares, which was a big portion of my shares there. But you know, I shorted it up here 1440s I think, and ended up covering 13 maybe 40s, so about $1 share still for my cost basis, so I was happy with that. And then this thing ended up actually squeezing for another round, so I'm even more happy about that. If it's something that stops me out and then ends up failing down all day, then I would have been upset about it. But right now, I mean, the fact that it squeezed again makes me a little bit more happy. So that was one short, green trade on that one, and then RNA was the other short that I ended up taking today, and this one is red. I took this one after stream ended, so if you guys were watching my live stream and didn't see it, that's because it was afterwards. Kind of looking at yesterday, so if I go look at yesterday, you kind of see this random spike on RNA, and if I draw the line there and look left, that's exactly where it consolidated made a run, pulled back down exactly where it was consolidated, flushed through that level, came back up, couldn't hold that level, rejected, right? And so this morning kind of had a few spikes, sold off, few spikes, sold off, and then started grinding. And then at this point on that grind, I decided to wait for that 1870 level and go ahead and short into that level there. And so I ended up clicking the short button on this one twice because I was a little bit early the first time, and then I ended up chasing it on my second ad. But I will say that these ads were not as big as my other one, so my loss here was way smaller than the ICVX play. So I ended up shorting. Let me see, where's the entry? This is a big spike. So I ended up shorting like early on here, and then I ended up adding to it at the top of this spike. So I shorted there, I added on that spike. I put down here, I think I was about break even green on the trade, pushed back up. I wasn't out yet, so this spike right here is like 1896. I actually had to stop just over 19 for that same reason, whole dollar number. So my stop was up here at 19 bucks. Did not get stopped out, pulled back down. At this point I was green again on the trade, but you know, I'm not looking for these shorts. I'm not looking to get quick scalps like my longs. I really wanted this thing to fade back down to VWAP, then take some out, and then see if this thing wants to put in a red day on the daily candle. Because yesterday we spiked up, sold off a little bit. Today I thought we could spike up again and then sell off a little bit more, keep rejecting. So I was in the green here, but at this point I didn't. It wasn't working in my favor. It was making higher highs, and I ended up actually moving my stop down on this one. So I bought it back. Yeah, so I ended up putting it under 19 at this point. I saw this spike here, and I think I moved it down here like 1880s. It looks like I got filled at 1890s, 1893. So I put it just under $19. At this point, again, once this didn't fade here, I kind of knew it was going to be a losing trade, because once this rejected once, twice, here is where I would have wanted to see the dump. So when this thing started squeezing back up, I knew it was going to be a losing trade. And so I ended up stopping out like somewhere around there right before 19. And again, I'm glad I did, because this is actually pretty grindy, but it's strong. And so I ended up taking a loss on that one. Here is that chart, so you guys can see there's the sell, there's the add to the sell. I was in the red, went back down on the green, held the lows, and then pushed right back up, and that's when I ended up stopping out. And you can actually see that this thing is actually still going higher. So even if I was holding now, I'd still be in the red, even more red. So don't ever do that. I won't ever do that, especially shorting. If you're in the wrong, just cut the trade out, take the loss, move on, try it again, or something like that. So those are going to be all my trades for today. Doing pretty good on the shorting account, so I'm very happy about that. I was at PR day for a while, so when I was trading down IVCX, like somewhere down here in these spikes, I still had these shares full on down here, and so I was currently sitting at a PR day shorting the account on the shorting account. But you know, I just because of that, I didn't want to take my profit. I wanted the trade to work out, so I was patient. I hung out a little bit longer. I held the trade, ended up stopping me out, and then I went back to trade RNA, which, I mean, it's still a small loss, but still lost. Took a little bit off my day, and so ended up from, you know, being at PR days to just a good day. On that account, so I'm happy about that. Anyways, you guys take care for the rest of the day. Tomorrow is going to be the last streaming day for the end of the year for me, so hope you guys, I see you there. You guys stop by and say hi. If you guys have any questions, you guys know where to find me. The link is down below for the Discord. So y'all have a good rest of your day.